Are your phones not ringing like they used to? Do you have too many open slots on your calendar? It sounds like you need Big Bang Marketing, Mike Crow's #1 inspection-generating marketing system for home inspectors. Discover how to systematically generate home inspections again and again. Plus, right now, when you try out the Big Bang Marketing System, you also get a list of other business building bonuses like additional monthly resources, monthly group coaching calls, and 2 bonus tickets to Mike's next in-person Home Inspector Mastermind meeting where you can see firsthand how Mike's own home inspection business operates. So what are you waiting for? Go to coachblueprint.com/go today and transform your business with the power of Big Bang Marketing. That's coachblueprint.com/go.
Hi, this is Mike Crow, and I run a home inspection business. In fact, I've run a couple of home inspection businesses. The true joy for me, though, has been helping literally thousands of home inspectors build really solid home inspection businesses as well. We can help a single-man operation be able to do over $300,000 a year, maybe all the way up to $400,000 a year as a single inspector operation. Even better for me is the 80-plus companies that we have helped be able to build million-dollar home inspection businesses. I would like to help you be able to do the same thing. We're getting ready to get into one of those pieces that I love and hate a little bit. I love numbers, and I love taking numbers and breaking them down into small, like daily pieces or weekly pieces, so I can understand how easy they are to achieve. With that said, I'm a person that likes people more than numbers, and so sometimes numbers and I go around in circles. So if this goes around in circles for you a little bit, don't worry about it. You're in good company, all right? With that said, some of you are going to go, oh, that makes beautiful sense because you're totally numbers people, and what I'm getting ready to share with you is going to be mind-boggling. If you have to listen to this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 times, that's okay. Or take my word for it a little bit, because everything I'm showing you here is really just foundational to show you how the Big Bang Marketing can help boost you to the next level faster than what any other marketing system out there can do for you. And there's a lot of ways to do it out there, but the Big Bang Marketing just gets it done easier, faster, more successfully with the best return on investment than any other one, any other system out there, okay? So, and I know because I've been doing it for almost 40 years, and I've been doing exactly what I'm getting ready to show you. I've done it for 25 to 30 years, and the numbers still work today. One of the biggest challenges I have out there sometimes is people go, oh, well, you know, the agents aren't in the office anymore. And I laugh at that, and people look at me, why are you laughing? I go, they were never in the office, okay? I started walking in and out of real estate offices 35 years ago. The good real estate agents were never in the office. They come into the office about once a week. They pick up their mail. They might meet a buyer there or a listing person there. They may come to the meeting they have at the office. But this whole thing is, oh, agents aren't in the office anymore. They were never in the office. So if you're going to hear that, you're going to hear that misdirection, that misinformation. And you know what you're going to tell them when they tell you that? Yeah. You might be right. Don't argue with them. Don't fight with them. Don't let any of that get you sidetracked from knowing what works. And just remember, 100+ people have used this system to build $1 million company. In fact, several of them have built, $2 million, $3 million, $5 million companies with exactly the kind of information that I'm showing you. Now, if you're a single-man operation, this part is really for you in a lot of ways. Because as a single-man operation, one of the things that I run into, and I just came back from speaking at another association, and I ran into some people, and they're doing 200, 300, 400 inspections a year, and sometimes they're doing more inspections, with 2 inspectors, 3 inspectors. All of this just expands slightly to cover that. But here's what I want to show you. So how many inspections do you want to do a year? Now, I'm going to tell you, some of that depends on your age, okay? Some people go, oh, all I want to do is 1 a day. All right, well, if that's all you want to do is 1 a day, then that's great. Maybe you want somebody else in your business to be able to do more than that. Your average inspector, did I mention average? Did I say average? Your average inspector does 400 inspections a year if he's decent. A good inspector will knock 500 out. A great inspector will do between 600 and 700 inspections a year. Now, somebody has told you that's not possible. All I can tell you is 30-some years, it's absolutely possible. I still have inspectors in my company that do over 500 inspections a year. All right, so there it is. And so a lot of it is because they don't have to work on the marketing. They don't have to work on answering the phones. They just go do inspections. It's a pretty cool thing. But let's talk about how do we get from, whatever number of inspections you're at right now to the number of inspections that you want. So let's say, for instance, that you're doing 300 inspections a year and that you want to get to 500 inspections a year. So we put a little, appointment calculation worksheet here to show you how that works. So let's say you want to get to 500 inspections a year. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Just write that into the appointment calculation worksheet there. All right, and then how many inspections are you doing right now? Well, let's assume that you're doing 300 right now. So the difference, right? The difference is really simple. It's 200. Now, this is where it kind of gets important on some other things, because to get new agents, they have to know you, they have to like you, and they have to trust you, which, by the way, the Big Bang Marketing System is designed to do exactly all three of those step by step by step, sometimes all at once, okay? So let's say you want to do 200. Now, the average inspections per year from an agent is 12. And so, I want you to understand, and there are some agents, by the way, that will send you one and they're done. And you'll never see them again, probably because that's all they did this year. And so there are tons of agents. In fact, over 50% of the agents out there don't do 12 buyers a year. They just don't. But the good agents, the agents that we're after, that 5%, they do 50, 60, 100, 200 a year. So I'm trying to be conservative here because my top agents easily send me 50, 60 inspections a year. Let's just say, though, the average agent sends you 12 a year, okay? How many referrals do you need out of 12 to get to the 200? So it's really simple. You take the 200 and you divide it by 12, all right? And that comes down to 16.6. Comes down to 16.6. So if you have referrals that give you to a new agent, to give you 12 of these, then you need 16 new agents. It's very simple. And how many agents do you have to talk to get a new agent? So the average in the field of all sales type things is basically 10. So if you have to talk to 10 agents before one says yes, that means now multiply this times 10. That is 166 agents. That sounds like a lot, but that's for the whole year. Think about that. That's for the whole year. And how many weeks are we going to work on this? Let's say we take 2 weeks off, all right? And so it's now 50. So we divide this by 50, right? And so what happens is that brings us down to 3.32 agents per week that we need to talk to and say, hey, would you be willing to give us a try? Now, here's the cool thing with Big Bang Marketing, and this is why companies have exponential growth. As soon as you start doing presentations at real estate offices, usually in that audience, there are more than 3 agents. Think about that. I want you to be able to take the Big Bang Marketing, drop off the chocolate bowls, schedule a presentation with that office. You need to be scheduling 1 presentation per week. And on average, you're probably going to have 20 plus agents in that audience. Think about that for a second. You only need 3 per week to talk to get to your 166 per year that you need. That will get you to the extra 200 inspections. That's it. It's that simple. So when you have that in place, where you do one presentation per week, where you're talking to an average of 20 agents, all of this just explodes. And what happens is you not only pass the 500, now you are set up so that when you hit 400 inspections a year, one of the things we try to teach you is that's when you want to hire the next inspector. Now, you don't have to. We have guys out there that do 500 a year, and their price of their inspection just goes up and up and up based off of how we teach them to price stuff and set things up, and they become what we call Ironmen, all right? Because they're doing $300,000 per year as a single-man inspection firm. So it's really pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. And by the way, when you get 200 inspections, okay, and let's say your average inspection is 500, because that's what a lot of our members get to. And by the way, we have some that are easily $1,000 per inspection when you start putting it all together properly. But if you have 200 times 500, that's an extra $100,000 a year. And part of what we do is we hire ourselves a great person to answer the phones. We make sure, of course, we have a backup call center. We should have done that like first thing right off the bat. And we can hire a full-time marketing person if we want, or a part-time marketing person. But when you have an extra $100,000 per year coming in, you get to be able to move your company to the whole next level. Well, I hope this appointment calculation worksheet, which we've given you, and you can go through it, run your numbers through it. Maybe you're at 200 inspections, you need to get to 300 or 400 or 500. Maybe you're at 0 inspections right now and you want to get to your first 200. By the way, we've had people do 200 plus inspections in their first year using the Big Bang marketing system. It's so cool, it's so simple. And most of the franchises tell you, and most of the companies out there will tell you, the schools even, that if you do 50 inspections in your first year, you're doing great. But imagine if you could do 200 inspections in your first year. And if you set the Big Bang marketing system up properly, you do the presentations once a week at the offices like we're telling you, it's kind of a no-brainer. It's going to happen.